Somebody's misunderstanding you. You don't understand. You got it wrong. This and that. Okay, great, man. But you're by yourself. And you ask and you want and I asked you, why have you not sought therapy?
I'm by myself by
You're
choice
unmarried.
because
Why
I
have you not
haven't
sought
met,
therapy?
and that's another thing. I'm like I said, I'm a Christian, so I'm falling in that route. I'm letting God direct me to the right
You
way.
are not going to put that off on my God. I am a Christian too. I was baptized at St. John Baptist Church since I
And
was
so as
5 years
long as
old. You're
I'm in
not going to
the
put that.
Word,
No, you are not going to put
I'm
that off
putting
on
God
God.
first.
You are not going to put that off on God. That is bull. You're not going to put that. You know what? Say what you have. You're not going to put that off on God. You're exactly what I said earlier. And then you say the show's not directed towards older women. No, it's not directed towards hard-headed women. You just happen to be an old one.
I'm not old, sir.
You're right. You're a spring chicken.
I wouldn't say I'm a
You're
spring
right.
chicken.
Are your eggs fresh? If you
Yes,
got
they
pregnant
are.
right now, would it be high risk?
And I don't
Are
know.
you past?
Medically,
Are you
maybe,
middle age?
but
Are
in
you
God's
middle
terms, I'm not.
age? Are you
In
middle age?
God's
Are you
terms,
middle
so what?
age? Are you middle age? Are you middle age? Are
I'm
you a young
42 years
woman?
of age.
Are
I'm
you
42.
see the truth? I'm not old. No, 42 is young as fuck for a woman.
Just because you don't date 42-year-olds, I mean,
Oh,
really?
I can
Come
date.
on
Oh,
now.
I could
Well,
date
we know
40.
what you
I could date 42 years if I want to. I
choose.
just have no use for
You
you
choose
guys. I don't have any
exactly.
use
There
for a
you
woman
go.
like you.
That's amazing, and
I
that's
don't have
why
any
I
use
choose.
for a woman like you. Why would I
That's why
want?
I'm. In,
Why would I want to deal with a woman like you? Why would I want this? Why would I want? Why would I? Why would I want to deal with this? Why would
really,
anybody who has options want to deal with this?
I don't know what
Reasonably,
this is.
exactly. But there are 1,041 people that know exactly what it is. Why would a man that has options want to deal with a woman who is this
Because I have a
combative?
lot to offer. I'm
Yeah,
a God
okay.
Christian
Okay, you
black
have a
woman
lot to okay. Here's the
who
thing. Here's the
respects the
thing. Sell
man.
yourself. What do you have to offer? And please don't please. I have a when you bring God into it, I start to come on, man. What
And
do you
that's
have to offer?
that should be the first thing,
Yeah,
though.
but see the problem is, ma'am, you're not even acting in line as a
But
Christian woman. You're not.
can I just say something though?
No, you're
Because
not.
a lot of the women that
You're not. And when you start bringing in this fake Christianity, it's insulting. So you can pull that stuff on a man who was not born Baptist and he went Church of God in Christ. I worked in the church for too long, man. You are not behaving like a Christian woman. You're all out of line talking about Christianity. All out of line.
I haven't disrespected you. You disrespected me. You said my eggs is old, that I'm old, and
Is
you
that a statement of
disrespected me.
fact?
I have not
Are
said
your eggs
anything about
old? Are they,
you.
ma'am? Are your eggs old? Or are they young?
How
Are
do
your
you know if
eggs
my
old? Or are
eggs
they
are
young?
old?
Are your eggs old? Or are they young?
How do you know if my eggs are
Cause you
old or
had
not?
them for 42 fucking years.
So what? So some men may want them just because you don't.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, really?
Okay. See, and this is the ultimate backup of this. I'm glad
No,
we
you
got here.
taking me
You
there.
see right here? Some men may want them. Well, then here's the thing. If some men may want them, you should have no
No, no,
problems.
no, no.
You should have no
All
problem
of
selling them. You should have no problem selling them.
sir, you have disrespected me more than I've disrespected.
You should have no problem selling them. No, I've just got to the point where I'm messing with you now. I actually tried to talk to you earlier, but now I'm just fuck it. Anybody want to sit back and say 42-year-old eggs ain't old? They're not old. 42
But
year
in
old
that,
eggs?
would that not be disrespectful though? Is that
No, it's
not
a statement of
disrespectful?
fact. Is calling you
How
42? Is calling okay, ma'am? Is calling you 42 disrespectful?
how old are you, sir?
That's see again, guys. Whenever they cannot answer a question with a question, they can't answer a question with a direct answer. See, she's used to dealing with men who are not on her intellectual level. And I'm not going to throw it. A lot of women in Dallas are used to that. But she's outmatched here. 42. Is that an insult calling you your age?
You said I'm old. That's an
I
insult.
said your eggs are old.
That's major insult.
Are your eggs young?
What does old eggs and young?
Are your
What is
eggs
old?
young?
My eggs are my
Are
eggs.
your eggs young?
My eggs are my eggs.
Are your eggs
And I'm just
young?
and I'm appalled that you would even say, go to that direction, but I've seen you do worse. So that's why I'm like,
All right, we had enough of that. And we wonder, oh, only here, only in America, boy, I tell you what. Only here can you. Oh, my eggs aren't old. They're right. Okay. All right, guys. So, to anybody who has you can't expect men to continue to be polite and respectful of you when you're acting this way. And why not? And I want you, gentlemen, and I want you, young ladies, to know why I let that go on so long. It's because I'm teaching as an object lesson. One, look how long she was wanting to argue. I want you. She would, if I would have allowed her to, she would have stayed here for another hour. When it's obviously going nowhere, when it's obviously done, distance and aggravation. This is why I tell you guys, you're not going to get anywhere by listening to women like this. They got nothing for you. Masters, it's not a problem that you have a master's. The problem is you haven't turned inward and looked at yourself. And it's not about, and this whole God thing, knock it off. It's not about God. It's not about being a Christian. Because they think we absolutely know you're living in direct opposition to anything Christianity talks about. Please. There's every excuse in the book to end up saying, you know what? I'm where I am in my life right now because of me. This is what a lot when I was in work and people would ask me, how do y'all put up with these women? And this is somebody who supposedly, I respect you and I want to hear your point of view. I came for your advice. Okay, well, I gave you advice. Go seek some counseling and therapy. Pay for it. I'm going to let God sort it out. Okay. Save your mother-in-law. I know, right? Oh. Okay. You try to give people enough, you give people enough room to hang themselves. And it's only here where when you actually say a truth, it's an insult. Your eggs are old. You're 42. Those are old eggs. How old are you? I don't have eggs. And that's not the point. This is why I don't make content for women of a certain age. Because if you're not doing shout out to Derek Jackson, if you're not doing what he's doing, they want to argue. They want to just argue you down and grind you down. You're not gonna get that over here. I'm gonna tell you what I see, and this is why men of my age do not deal with women of this age. They go for younger women. I mean, really, just go back and look at the previous conversations. If you had to talk to any one of these women, which would you choose? And it's always, well, I bring a lot to the table. Yeah, baggage. Oh. All right, guys. Damn, we got 100. We hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. We got almost 1,100 folks in here. Let me say something when it gets right down to it. Here's the thing. Let me get back on track. Ladies, can you land a good man? Yes, you can. If you want a man that's in the top 5%, you got to be a top 20% female. That's what you have to be that to start with. You have to be that to start with. And you got to understand that 8 out of 10 women over here. The other 2 out of 10 over here. Y'all are all trying to get five men. 20 women trying to get 5 men. That means competitive. How are you going to separate yourself from the other 19? And you don't separate yourself. That's why it was high. The woman was talking about you separate yourself by, a woman. What is high said? My mother told me a woman's place is at her man's feet. Could you imagine a woman like I just spoke about talking about anything feminine, submit? I don't even know why you follow me, man. Because I talk about femininity, submission, cooperation, and whatever. And you're nowhere close to being any of that. I don't know why you even turn in over. You must hate watch me. It's like I'm just going to watch him and be mad at him because you're far from anything that I talk about and the guys that I deal with would want. And you don't want to be that. Your spirit isn't willing. You didn't even come into this conversation in good faith. You came over here to debate. And you got more than you could handle. Everyone has a choice. If you choose you want to deal, if you really truly want a man that's going to be one of these high earners, top guys, then look, that's a different set of men. That's a different set of men. I mean, by virtue, the 5%. And it is crazy to think a 5% man is going to all of a sudden go out into the world and separate himself from 95% of men out there and turn around to you and do we're going to partner and collaborate and, we're 50-50. It's not going to work, man. It's not going to work. So for the ladies for the young women who are wondering how can you actually separate yourself, I'll go back into it. Some suggestions. 1, get away from women like that I just spoke of. 2, you have to keep your looks together. The more natural, the better. Avoid lots of heavy overdone makeup. Avoid lots of long weaves and all other kind of stuff. The more natural, the closer to natural, the better. He wants to see your skin. Keep your face clear. 7 in the face, 8 in the body or better. But you have to have a pleasant attitude. You have to be a place to where he's happy to come to. No man wants to deal with what I just talked to. And if you think your sex is going to overcome that, you're kidding yourself. Men will go down in looks to go up in cooperation. Let's talk about that. You do not have to be a 9 or a 10 to land a top 5 man. You do not have to be a 9 or a 10. Matter of fact, it's probably better that you're not. A 7 or an 8 can have a 9 or a 10 for life. Do all men who are in this category have options and they cheat? No. Most of these guys don't want a rotation of women. They don't want to have a bunch of... Let's dispel that. This whole notion that these guys up here want to have a wife at home and then have 3 or 4 women around town. That's not true. These guys they barely got enough time for their family, much less managing their emotions and then such a bunch of different women. See, a lot of stuff has been thrown on these guys. It almost implies that you can't be a top 5 man and you have a decent moral center. It's bullcrap. And you know who's poisoning the well? For a lot of you young women? Women like the one that was just on the phone. Where are you getting all your information about these men, or men period? You're not getting it from us. Because if you were, our messages would be more out in the mainstream media. You got to come to some obscure corner of YouTube and listen to an image consultant tell you stuff about this. Why isn't this more the mainstream? You don't have to be an athlete or an entertainer. These are regular, everyday businessmen. They all marry white women. That's another lie. No, they don't. 88% of black men marry black women. The question is, are you the kind of black woman that provides this man peace of mind? Can he take you to his company functions and you actually compliment and be on the same page? Or are you going to go in like this woman that was just over here, and want to argue and debate with people and give them your point of view and tell them what's on your mind? Nobody wants that. These men don't want that woman, those kind of women. And Miss English, I'm sorry if that bothers you, but you don't have to listen to me. Look at your left finger. So why do I speak up? I speak up because so many of these men get mischaracterized. They get mischaracterized, get a lot of stuff thrown at them to where it dissuades a lot of women out there to think that these men don't exist. I'm telling you, they do. Part of the reason I moved to Atlanta was to be around a larger network of movers and shakers. I'm not a matchmaker, but I've started to do more work with matchmakers. I got some ideas cooking. Trust me. Because as we've kind of worked through this, I'm starting to see there are more women out there who really are looking. And I know that there are guys that are out there. So really just kind of letting people find each other. NA, what's going on?
Good evening.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing fine, thank you. I'm actually just calling for clarification. So like earlier on in the video, you did mention that like we shouldn't really marry for love, and
Right.
And I believe that it was also mentioned that like your degrees don't really matter, and that, but I'm kind of confused because I mean, growing up, this is it was kind of pushed that like men go for women that are educated.
Who pushed that?
And sir,
who pushed that?
My parents, like the mentors that I had.
Okay, let me ask,
they
are your mother are your parents married to each other?
Yes, they are.
Okay. And there's being educated. What does that mean? That means you went to college. Yes, that's a good thing. Many of the men at this level have college educated wives, but they're not PhDs and masters.
But that's the thing though. Like my parents did push for like always trying to further your education. And the thing is that they always stress the importance of marriage.